What is going on? Welcome back to the channel. You guys know who I am. My name is Lawrence. I'm here at Mighty Comics and Collectibles, and today, of course, we have the Hot 10 Comics of the Week breakdown. Now, if you're new to my channel, what I do in this video, I take the 10 books, according to the Key Collector app, they're the most hottest books out there. Now, with that said, I want to remind you guys, a lot of these books on this list every week is due to some type of speculation, right? Whether it be movies, TV shows, any type of news that we're getting. So keep that in mind before you buy any of these things. Now, with that said, if you're not a current subscriber of the channel, you guys are missing out on videos like this and a bunch of other stuff that I do here on the channel. So make sure you're subbed up. Do me a great solid, guys. Hit that like button. We really need to get this video out to everyone in the comic book collecting community. Now, with that said, let's get into this week's breakdown. Starting us off this week at number 10 is Godzilla No. 1, the first ongoing Godzilla series published for the US market. A whopping 10 books outsold the average this week with a high sale and a CGC 9.8, selling for $400, up 1% over the average. Now, Godzilla has been on a rampage in comics for over a year now, appearing in Marvel, DC, and IDW Comics. You guys know how I feel about this book. I don't necessarily think you have to go out and spend $400 on a 9.8 to own it. If you want to be my guest, it's up to you. I'd rather own a nice raw copy just to have in the collection. It's not a monster key. It's not even his first true appearance in comics. So with that said, be cheap on this one if you want to own it. Other than that, I'm staying away. Back on the list at number 9 for the second week in a row is Avengers No. 43. The first appearance of the Red Guardian, Alexei Shostakov. 5 copies outsold the average this week, with the highest being a CGC 8.5 for a crazy $425 and up 25% over the average. Next up, a CGC 7.0 sale for $181 and up 3% over the average. And lastly, a CGC 6.0 for only $170 but up a stupid 30% over the average. This is the second week in a row Avengers No. 43 has made the Hot 10 list. Now, with that said, you know why this book is on this list, because of the Thunderbolts, and I love what Marvel has done with this character in the MCU. With that said, I don't think you need to spend $400, hell, even $150 to own this book. I see it all the time in the wild, in the raw form, in mid-grade, for around $60 to $70. If you want to own the book, that's what I'm spending. Other than that, I'm staying away. How about some Bronze Age goodness? At number 8, it is Tomb of Dracula No. 1. The first appearance of Dracula in Marvel Comics, inspired by Bram Stoker's classic character. 6 grades broke the average this week, with the highest being a CGC 9.6, a monster grade, selling for $2,040, up 25% over the average. Then we had a CGC 8.0 sale, selling for $493, up 27% over the average. And lastly, a CGC 6.0, selling for a cool $300, up 12% over the average. This is the first time Tomb of Dracula No. 1 has ranked on the Hot 10 list in 2025. Back in the day, I would have said, go ahead, pick this book up for the price it was going for. And now it seems this book is way too expensive for me to own it, unless you're a monster Dracula fan. I still think you can get this book for a deal. I don't know what grade, but I want to spend between $100 and $150 max, only if I want to own the book. Other than that, I'd rather put the money towards something else. At the 7th spot this week is Fantastic Four number 49, the first full appearance of Galactus, and the second appearance overall of the Silver Surfer. 5 sales broke the average this week. The first, a CGC 8.0, selling for $2,300 and up 8% over the average. That was the high sale of the week. Next up, a CGC 7.0 sale for $1,750. Get this, up a crazy 45% over the average. And lastly, a CGC 4.5, selling for only $547 and up 6% over the average. To me, guys, if you want to own this book mid-grade for up to $500, I'm all for it. But why do it right now? We know Galactus is in the Fantastic Four First Steps. A lot of spec around this book, a lot of people buying it, but there's also a lot of people selling it. I hold off right here and wait for this book to go back down, because I do think that's coming. Holding strong in the Silver Age, we have some Spidey here at number 6. It is Amazing Spider-Man Annual No. 1, the first team appearance of the original Sinister Six. 6 sales in all grades were higher than the average this week, with the highest being a CGC 7.5, selling for $2,655, up 20% over the average. Next, we had a CGC 5.0 sale for $1,100, up 4% over the average. And lastly, a CGC 2.0 selling for only $500, up 7% over the average. This week is the second in 2025 that this premiere annual ranked on the list. Now, you know, guys, I'm a big Spidey fan, but I do not own this book, believe it or not. I have at one point. I just thought it was too much collecting all the annuals going along with my entire run 1 through 300. With that said, do I want to own it? If I can get it for $500, low grade, nice presenting copy, I'd be all over it. Anything more than that, I'd rather just hold off. I'd rather own the individual first appearances of each villain rather than this book. It's a great book to have, in my opinion. I just don't want to overspend for it. At number 5 this week is Silver Surfer number 1. The first solo ongoing Silver Surfer series. This is also the origin of the Silver Surfer and the Watchers. A total of 6 sales broke the average this week with a high sale and a CGC 9.2 selling for a whopping $5,400, up 9% over the average. Then we had a CGC 5.5 sale selling for $636, up 13% over the average. And finally, a CGC 2.5 selling for $306, up 1% over the average. This is the 7th week that Silver Surfer number 1 has landed on the Hot 10 list in 2025. Tell you guys this all the time. I keep repeating myself. I want to own this book for around $500 in mid-grade. That is the best deal you're going to get on this book. In high grades, as you guys can see, it gets really, really expensive. I don't want to spend that kind of money on this book. It's not a first appearance, just a big premiere issue. So yes, 500 under, I'm a buyer. Over than that, I'm staying away. How about a monster, guys? At number 4 is Giant Size X-Men number 1. The first appearance of the new X-Men team. Another 6 sales broke the average this week, with the highest being a CGC 8.5 selling for $3,850, up 17% over the average. Next up, a CGC 7.5 selling for $2,500, up 3% over the average. And finally, a CGC 3.5 selling for only $1,229 and up 3% over the average. This is the 6th week that Giant Size X-Men number 1 has made the Hot 10 breakdown. Now, you guys know I say it all the time. There are about 10 books in the Bronze Age that I want to own for the long term. This is number 1 on that list. This is the most coveted book, in my opinion, from the Bronze Age, even more so than 181. This is just a book that I'd rather own right now because of the white cover, because of the thickness, square bound of the book. To me, I'd rather have this one. So yes, I'm definitely a buyer, but you got to remember, you got to hold for the long term. Rounding out the top 3 is a mainstay on this list, although absent the past couple of weeks. It is Marvel Superhero Secret Wars number 8, the origin of the black symbiote costume. 2 copies and a 9.8 broke the average this week, with a direct selling for $500, up 4% over the average. We also had a newsstand sell for $1,500, up an insane 47% over the average. Secret Wars number 8 captures a spot on the Hot 10 breakdown for the 6th week in 2025. You guys know I want to own this book. I say it time and time again, just like others on this list. $500 for a direct 9.8. I'm all over it. Just make sure the colors are perfect. I'm not a newsstand guy. I don't feel like spending more money just to own a newsstand copy of this book. Even if it still is a 9.8, I just can't do it. I'd rather put that money towards something else. But if you get a deal on this book, I'd be all over it. Coming in at the 2 spot is one of the hottest books out there. It is Amazing Spider-Man number 129, the first appearance of the Punisher, Frank Castle. This is also the first appearance of the Jackal and a classic cover by Gil Kane and John Romita Sr. 7 copies outsold the average this week, with the highest being a CGC 8.0 selling for $2,000, up 10% over the average. Next up, a CGC 7.0 sale for $1,420, up 7% over the average. And lastly, a CGC 5.0 selling for $1,185, up 30% over the average. Man, that's nuts. Amazing Spider-Man 129 makes the list for an incredible 16th time in 2025, matching Ric Flair's heavyweight championships. On a serious note, guys, you know I want to own this book, one of my faves. One of those 10 to 11 books they talk about from the Bronze Age is a must-own in my opinion. With that said, you got to hold for the long term. If you're a big Spidey fan, a Punisher fan, it's a must-own book. So to me, I'm a buyer, but hold on to this one. And finally, at the top spot, number 1, a book finally deserving of this top spot. It is X-Men number 1, the first team appearance of the original X-Men team. This is also the first appearance of Magneto. 6 copies outsold the average this week, with the highest being a CGC 6.0 selling for $17,499, up 3% over the average. Then we had a CGC 5.5 sale, selling for $13,757, up 13% over the average. And finally, a CGC 2.5, selling for only $5,700, up 12% over the average. This is the first time, believe it or not, that X-Men 1 made the Hot 10 list this year. With that said, we talk about Silver Age, we talk about Bronze Age. This is one of the better ones from the Silver Age, a major key and a must-own for all X-Men fans. When we talk about the big boys, I think a lot of the Marvel ones have really come down over the past couple of years. I am jumping on these books right now if I don't own them and if I can afford them for the long term. But yes, 100%, I'm a buyer of this one. So that's it for the list this week, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, a lot of great books on this list, but I said earlier in this video, a lot of them based on spec. X-Men coming to the MCU. Frank Castle returns to the MCU. Alexei Shostakov just showed up in the MCU. Secret Wars 8, the symbiote, coming to the MCU. So a lot of spec out there. But again, all these books are great and should be owned. Major keys for the most part. It is now time for my best buy of the week. And to me, this is an easy one. It's X-Men #1. Anytime we have a big Silver Age grail, it's probably going to be the best buy of the week. Just make sure it has decent colors and good presentation. Hope you guys enjoyed the list. This is Lawrence over at Mighty Comics Collectibles saying thank you for watching. Happy collecting, and I'll talk to you guys soon.